Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and good evening for those who might be, whenever you happen to be watching this post or this video. I am Annie Dale Brown on the line all the way from Accokeek, Maryland, and I'm a part of Believe and Succeed group because I believe that you can succeed at anything and everything that you desire to do. You just have to go out and do it. Welcome to our live interview today. This is the first interview for Believe and Succeed group. And so we want to welcome you today and just also want to introduce you to someone that's near and dear to us. This lady is absolutely remarkable. I am so incredibly impressed with her. She is someone who loves to have fun. She doesn't mind making some extra income, but you know what? What's most important to her is helping people. She loves to help people, and she knows our business. She knows the travel industry up and down like none other. And so I wanted to give everybody an opportunity just to tap into a little bit of what she knows and what she can offer. Because again, I'm so honored to have her as a part of our team, a part of Believe and Succeed group. And I'm telling you, she is just so knowledgeable that you might want to get pen and paper and jot some things down. Because if you are a person that's busy, if you are a person that's doing multiple things, but you're that person who would love to travel more, you're that person, that mother, that aunt, that sister, that brother that has a lot of responsibilities, but looking for a way that you can get it all done, I'm telling you, you are going to benefit from hearing from this lady today. Her name is Michele McDaniel, Mrs. Michele McDaniel. She is the wife of Mr. Michael McDaniel. She actually has, I think, 3 children. She's going to tell you about that. 3 or 4 children. She's going to tell you about that. She's a grandmother. She works full time for a government agency. She is very active in her church, and she is very active in her community. In fact, sometimes you can find her taking care, being the caregiver for her elderly mother as well. So like I said, she's busy. And on top of all of that, she is a successful entrepreneur. So if you're joined us and if you have any chat, any comments, please definitely put those in the chat. Any questions, we'll actually be following up with that as well. However, with no further ado, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others none other than Mrs. Michele McDaniel. Michele, how are you today?
I am fantastic. Thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Well, thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you for being my first guest. I really appreciate that. Michele, I just want to jump right into it. What's the one thing that excites you the most about travel?
I would say the ability to be able to create those memorable experiences for clients when they come back excited and um, just can't believe the all the things that they were able to do. So doing that, besides the fact being able to travel myself, but that is one of the main things that really excites me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How did you get started? How did you stumble upon that? I know you're a professional, you government worker.
Yes.
So how did you stumble into the travel industry?
Actually, I've been doing travel, putting trips and things like that together, or doing different events from my late teens to early 20s, doing surprise anniversary celebrations for my parents, putting our family reunions together. But professionally and business wise, I got started in 2006 when my sister in law introduced us to the business.
Wow. Well, and I know that your sister-in-law that you're speaking of is now deceased, so rest in peace.
Correct.
But she
Yeah.
has the opportunity to actually change your life and introduce you to something that has blessed you and your family over and over and over again. So that's pretty commendable, and I'm just so proud of her that she did. Now, what are your goals for 2021? Is it difficult to set goals in just in lieu of the current climate?
I it's it's difficult, but when you focus on what is the things that you want to do, you're still able to set goals for yourself. Some of them may not be achievable this year, but my goal is to have at least 3 group bookings in place, starting with at least about 20 to 30 people.
That's awesome. So when you say three group bookings, do you specialize on in any particular type of groups? What types of groups are you looking for?
No, I don't necessarily specialize in any particular group, but I do. I specialize in groups where it could be a family reunion, it could be a milestone event, anniversary, birthday, and it could be in cruises or either land, all-inclusive vacations.
Okay, okay. Well, great. Well, when you're coordinating these groups, I know everybody doesn't have a large sum of cash hanging out all the time. Do you offer payment plans, and how does that work?
Most definitely, as long as the trip is 45 days or more out, the payment plans, you put in place a deposit. Once we decide what it is, we've accepted the itinerary, and I provide you with the quote. You make a deposit, and then you can make monthly payments up until the final day of payment.
Wow. Okay, great. Okay, so that makes it doable for people who really want to go. Now, I
Right.
know we didn't talk about this earlier, but if someone were to make a payment plan and they needed to cancel, maybe they got sick, or do you also offer insurance or also ways that people can cancel if they need to?
Definitely. Even before COVID became into play, that was one of the things that I was a stickler on from offering the travel protection insurance, because anything could come up at any time. You need to be able to know that you can cancel for any reason. So, minus the cost of the insurance, you will be refunded your money.
A lot of people I know don't opt for their insurance. They always say, "Well, Ann, I know I'm going to go," and then when something happens, like you said, someone could have a car accident, or your child could get sick, or
Right.
something could happen, and it really now you're in flux. And sometimes that little extra could have really made a difference. A lot of people don't want to pay an extra 40, 50, 200, $200 on top of their trip. But would you say is really worth it for peace of mind?
It is. It really is. Not only are you being able to cancel your trip if something comes up, the insurance sometimes also covers lost baggage. If you are going on a cruise and you miss the connection because of the flight, it will allow you to be transported from that airport to the next port or catch up with your cruise. So it's definitely worth it.
You're right, especially these days and times when anything can happen. Anything
Right.
can happen. Speaking of anything happening, I heard someone say once that this business is like a marriage. It has good times, it has bad times, and the people that kind of see it through, just like a marriage, you just can't get a divorce because you had one argument. You just can't just throw your entire marriage away because you might be having a bad little area of time, a little short stint of time. You have to just stick with it and stick through it, through the bad times to get to the good times, and that's what makes it worth it. Right now, I know travel has been hit tremendously with the COVID-19 virus and things that have happened. And I know that a lot of families are very have been affected, and a lot of people are afraid to travel right now. How has COVID-19 changed your business recently?
What I have been doing, yes, and you are definitely correct. COVID has put a damper on people traveling. And what I have been doing is offering education, making them aware of the different protocols that different resorts are setting in place, keeping them abreast of having hand sanitizer, wearing masks, and things like that. So that's what I've been doing. And then also allow them to know that you can still travel places safely. You can do a short getaway, it could be locally, but you can still get away because you need that peace of mind.
Great. How has COVID changed the way you commingle with your clients, the way you kind of build those relationships? And because I know a lot of business is hand to hand, belly to belly, talking to people and actually being able to understand what they're saying and understand where they're coming from, but them also getting a good feel of you as well and your style of working business. So how have you managed that during COVID?
What I've been doing now, and I'm sure just like a lot of other businesses, a lot of things have been via conference call or video chat so that they can have a better feel of what I have to offer. Um, Previously, I used to have, when I set up the groups, I would have a big, like, get together with all the people that are going so that they could see the destinations and things like that and just mingle with the people that are going. But with COVID, we have to be adaptable to change.
That's true. That's true. And we have to be careful as well. Have to
Right,
really be careful because you don't want anyone to definitely get sick on your watch, I'm sure.
right.
Wow. Well, that's taking care of your clients. That's taking care of the people who are visiting the destinations. But what are you doing? What kinds of questions are you asking of your vendors of these destinations? What kinds of things are you requiring of them to be able to do so that your clients are safe and they feel safe?
I want to make sure that they are following the protocols that are put in place. Are masks required? Are you constantly cleaning after each client? What activities are open? And just to make sure that my clients are safe and they feel at ease traveling to that particular place.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's great. So, um, can you tell me, in terms of in terms of in terms of what's happening with COVID now, what are some indicators have you noticed in the industry that leads you to believe that travel will increase in the very near future?
A lot of deals are being offered now, as well as clients are beginning to contact me to start planning, and they've made their payments. And um, so people are beginning to feel a little at ease in the fact that the shots, the vaccines are coming out. So people are looking forward to that, and they're beginning to become a little bit more at ease.
That's awesome. So, if people wanted to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you to be able to book travel, to be able to tap into your area of expertise?
They can go to my website, which is www.rogerchristravel.com. From there, they can get just a little feel of the things that I offer, and as well as being able to send me an email or call me from going to visiting my website.
Great. Okay, great. Now, I know that you were also featured in a magazine recently, and they can actually get a copy of the magazine at www.believeandsucceedgroup.com. You were one of our featured artists, one of our featured contributors, and did an awesome, awesome article on one of your favorite destinations. So we just want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to get that magazine by going to www.believeandsucceedgroup.com. Now, I know that we have a lot of people who are working full time, and we have a lot of people who are right now concerned about savings, concerned about investments, and especially concerned about retirement. You know, Social Security may not be around much longer. And so people are looking for ways and creative ways to actually add to their retirement, or at least make their retirement last a little longer. Now, I know you're not there yet. You're not going to be retiring for quite some time. However, how do you see this home-based business being able to contribute towards your retirement funds?
I have definitely been putting all that into play as far as my retirement goes, because having a home-based business, you're able to write off more things. It allows you to save more money as well in your taxes. So I am looking forward to continuing with this business, making it supplement when I retire, making it supplement what I may not get in my retirement to make up the difference. So definitely a home-based business is a great option.
That's amazing. Now, let me ask you about the car that you were able to purchase. I know that you were one of the few that have been able to utilize this business to purchase a car. And a lot of people would be able to do that, even if it's a second car for maybe their high school child, or maybe their main car, some mode of transportation. I know there are people out there are saying, wait a minute, how did she do that? Could you briefly explain to our listening audience how you managed to purchase a car and pay for it cash?
Cash, right? Yes. From the group trips, from the individual fees, as well as from the residual income that I get from having a home-based business, all of that allowed me to be able to pay cash for a car.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you've had a chance to get a little bit of information from Michele McDaniel, but if you want to get in touch with her, definitely visit her website at www.rajochristravel.com. That's www.rajochris.travel.com. RAJOCHRIS travel.com. And so she can be contacted if you need group travel arrangements or individual travel arrangements. She specializes in groups, but if you're looking for that special event, maybe an anniversary, maybe a birthday, maybe just a getaway, a couple that wants to get away, or maybe it's a girlfriend trip. I know for a fact that she organized a girlfriend trip, a birthday party for one of her good friends. It was absolutely amazing. And guess what? She didn't even have to go. They had a good time on the trip, and she had a good time still at home with her family. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, you want to definitely give Michele McDaniel a call. Now, Michele, I'd just like to give it back to you for a few minutes. Did you have any words of wisdom or anything that you'd like to share to close us out this evening?
I would just like to say, again, thank you for the opportunity of having me. I enjoy working with you for all the leadership and things like that that you provide. And for anyone who is desiring something, a second income, and not being able to know that you can have a second income coming in and not put yourself in a higher tax bracket. Just having a travel business, travel is definitely coming back. It will always be able to go through the highs and the lows or whatever is going on. So travel is a good way to make that extra income. And if you enjoy booking travel and traveling yourself, then I definitely recommend the travel industry.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it from the travel guru herself. If this is something that you're interested in, definitely contact her. Or if you need her services, don't spend time and energy trying to do something when she's already qualified and can get it done for you. And also, she can research the industry, let you know what's going on, let you know which locations are COVID compliant, just let you know are CDC compliant, let you know all of the things that you might not have time to look up. You may not have time to do all the legwork. And some things, because she's a professional, she knows additional questions to ask. And so that you're not stuck in some accommodations that you aren't going to be pleased with. She can definitely contact the destination in advance and make sure your arrangements are to your liking. So I'm telling you, a lot of people go on, some of these online agencies, and they're not pleased with what they get. And sometimes, if you don't have that middle person in there pleading your case and demanding what it is that you deserve, sometimes you just don't get it. And so it's so important to have a travel professional. If you wouldn't step into a courtroom without a lawyer. You wouldn't go to the airport and try to get on a plane without a pilot. You would not go to the doctor's office and try to do surgery on yourself. You wouldn't go to the dentist and then try to pull your own teeth. Well, you wouldn't try to sign your own insurance papers for your home, for your health or life insurance. You just wouldn't do it. You would get a professional, someone who knows the industry, to help you. And what we're saying is, before you waste your hard-earned money on something that maybe you don't want, consult a professional. And a professional is Michele McDaniel of Roger Chris Travel. Well, Michele, I thank you so much for joining us today. And I just like to leave our listening audience with the travel tip. When you're packing your bags and your items, especially now during COVID, we're packing, and we're probably packing additional cleaning items as well. I know I am. Wipes, Lysol, and that kind of stuff. So I just want to give you this tip. Make sure you put those items in plastic bags, because especially if you're putting them in your bag with your clothing items, the last thing you want is for the package to come open and now you've got all that stuff all over your clothing. So make sure that when you're packing your additional wipes, those additional cleaning items, maybe you want to do your own cleaning, maybe you want to have some additional sanitizer, maybe, and especially if you're packing any bleach products, you want to make sure that you are containing those so that it doesn't mess up your bags and your other clothes. Because I'm telling you, if you're taking a flight, they're not gently handling your bags. So you want to make sure it's secure, because when they're throwing those bags and things are coming awry, you don't want the bottles to open and damage all of your clothes. And now you have to spend more money because you have to get new clothes to do what you need to do. That's just a travel tip from myself, Believe and Succeed Group. Believe me, I learned the hard way. And so I'm trying to tell you, make sure you package those things securely so you don't have those accidents happen. Well, that's our time, and we want to thank you so much for joining us on this live broadcast from Believe and Succeed Group, because I believe that you can succeed at anything and everything that you have a desire to do. I want to thank our special guest today, Michele McDaniel, and Roger Chris Travel, and encourage you to reach out to her if you have any travel questions or if you need her travel services. She'll be more than happy, and believe me, I can attest that you will get professionalism, courteous service, and someone who truly cares. So that ends our interview today. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you learned some information that you can take with you. And if you have any questions, go to www.rajochristtravel.com. That's www.rajochristtravel. If you would like to join our team and be a part of this industry as well, get in touch with Michele. She can definitely show you how to do that. If you want to book travel with her, get in touch with Michele. She can show you how to do that. And if you just have some questions about some great destinations, get in touch with Michele. She can definitely give you some information that can help you. So this is Annie Dale Brown on the line all the way from Accokeek, Maryland of Believe and Succeed Group. And we look forward to seeing you on our next interview. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.